What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Old World AI only game. It is exciting, to say the least. We don't really know who is going to win this one. But there was a few comments last episode about the end date, and I think we've maybe bit of time. I maybe didn't make it clear enough. I will run the game for as far as possible, regardless. We just do the results normally a bit earlier because the info addicts probably won't open after a certain point. It will just be too much. So yeah, but it doesn't matter. We didn't really come to a consensus. It's okay. We're not, by the end of this episode, or probably even the next one, going to have hit that point anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But we'll keep it up for now. Keep going through at a good pace, and see what happens. But of course, last episode, Morocco put up a fantastic defense. We'll see if they can maintain that this episode, but as technology advances, it may get a bit tougher for them. But still, Rome lacks oil, so it could get interesting. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Morocco have their own planes, but we'll keep an eye on that. Songhai, another one who could maybe tilt the tide a bit, or change things up. If they went after Mali, that would get interesting. Or the Congo going after Mali, that would certainly shake things up as well. Byzantium and Wallachia, peace out. So Constantinople holding into the 1800s. Oh, there we go. Nubia also, a little bit of an air force here. Look at Thebes, it's so close. I'm sure this episode, surely Congo will send someone. One of these Great War Infantry units will arrive and they'll get the job done. Some royal pyramids here, sorry, little graphical glitch you sometimes get with the mods, making it look a bit weird. Ethiopia may be a late game contender, certainly for top 10, maybe top 5 if they do really well, but yeah, they look pretty good now. And they've still got this sort of shield from the other two powers in their region, which, you know, Burundi's kind of protecting them from Shaka and Congo, who themselves are kind of at each other's throats, I would imagine, most of the time. But yeah, Morocco continues to hold on for now. Some very high defense, of course. And autocracy just passed as the world's ideology. So for the Civ not following autocracy, things just got a little bit harder, a little bit worse, and a little bit better for most of the civs in the game. What's going on in the New World? We have a Babylon city, we have the Harappans, France obviously with a lot of territory, Congo, Poland, and Germany. Surprisingly a lack from England or Portugal or anyone like that. Another French settler arriving as well. Japan, the first settler in Central America. French Caribbean. And then, yeah, Portugal, certainly the dominant civ in South America, but Ethiopia and the Zulu here as well. And Zulu have a couple more settlers as well to take some more territory down here. But yeah, Portuguese, Brazil, kind of, and further north is growing. Songhai, good choice. Just one turn after it was voted the world ideology. Probably a good choice to go along and choose that one. I'm not saying, you know, you should go along with the crowd all the time, but in this game, certainly benefits to doing so. And there's not really any benefits to picking the other ones at this point in the game. I guess that's a better way to look at it. No one else coming to Australia or even any of these islands yet. I'm surprised they've been fairly untouched. Hawaii still wide open as well. Korea looking very good, very threatening. Plenty of technology. Mongolia is going after Persia with limited success. I'm sure they'll grind them down. By the end of this episode, they'll probably get these territories, clear up the borders a little bit. If anything else, they're not really doing much. What about you, Finland? You've just been ignored. I mean, European stuff has kind of been ignored the whole time because they're just not fighting each other internally. Some of the outer ones are fighting outside, but they're not really fighting inside. Maybe there's some like agreement. Maybe we don't see it, but there's like an EU of all these civs formed. Probably not, but there you go. London is at 26 population. Okay. I mean, France will certainly be tempted by that eventually. They can't, you know, just let England sit here forever, especially with this air force. I wouldn't be surprised if France had a go at some point in the future, especially with Rome pretty preoccupied and struggling. Okay, Congo edging slowly closer. Were they down here earlier? It is a desert. It's not easy to walk across, but there is a road which they have just blatantly ignored. I would not be surprised if this unit sort of shows up at the front of the queue. But yeah, they just keep doing this. They are doing a good job. I mean, their air force mostly doing the job, but it seems to be working. I wonder if Nubia's probably is a good contender. I know that they're broken up, so it's hard to give it to them, but they just have a lot of stuff that looks pretty good. The city of Babylon slowly edging closer to falling. I don't even know who is attacking this at this point. It could look, there's no units actually sort of here. Could be, I don't know what Rome's up to here, but Harappa, Ethiopia, Ottomans, which one is it? I'm guessing it will be Ethiopian planes doing this damage, but I have no idea. We'll find out in a second once it's gone through all the turns. I'll have a look. Japan survived then in Kyoto. That's it really. And Russia's still just not keen on expanding. Really weird. But yeah, let's just have a quick look at Babylon. I'm a bit confused. I feel like they could drop this episode, so it's worth having a little look. Scroll. There's all denounced so many people. They all take up a whole page. Rome, Wallachia, Harappa. So it's not Ethiopia, and it's not Persia. So this is how are you being damaged? Oh, Wallachia's planes are here. Oh, sorry, not Wallachia. You know what I mean? Harappa's planes. I'm guessing that's just doing all the work. There's no melee units nearby though. Rome's privateers can't actually do anything to that city, so I don't know if Harappa will squeeze in an infantry unit. They probably can. Babylon doesn't have many units, and then they would get that city and just add to the border gore in the region, or at least, yeah, it's not great, but I mean, at least Babylon wouldn't be split in half. They just have one city, so I guess it's slightly better. But then Harappa would not be connected either, so it's not great. Portugal have put down a settler. We did not get a canal, so they go this way, and we also get the Zulu grabbing a city further south, and they're probably going to get one towards Chile, Peru territory as well. On the western side of South America, they are trading with some of the French cities. Japan is trading out of Central America with Europeans, Portugal and France in the Caribbean. This is kind of cool, helping out the world economy of the game. Lots of units around the Atlantic. Another French settler on the way as well. So yeah, France definitely dragging themselves into contention here, I think, if they keep settling and Rome's just stagnant. You can just see Morocco is just, wow, they're really putting on a defence here. They are heavily outnumbered. Look at Portugal's units there, look at all Rome's. Mali's at least offered up a distraction, and Mali was the other civ with planes, and they've not really done anything, so pretty messy one. But yeah, I just wonder if the Congo would be tempted if Mali get weak enough, and that would be probably enough to put the Congo right in the conversation to win this game if they just took out Mali. I know at the moment I'd probably say Korea, Rome still, and Russia. I can't remember. I feel like two of them, I think it was Korea and Russia further ahead last time. Again, Russia's not particularly progressing too well. We'll see how it all pans out. It's going to be interesting. There's plenty that could still happen. Harappa, India, could one of these sort of unite and take out the other one? Obviously Korea might have a say in that one, but stuff like that. Will someone unite in this region? Could the Ottomans do something? There's so much that could be done because there's so many civs still alive. You can see Harappa slowly pushing towards Babylon, but not with the right units to take the city, and Ethiopia has stacked the Arabian Peninsula with units, so we'll see if they have a plan. They were at war with the Ottomans earlier. I think that might have ended just based on this unit sort of being alive while stood there. But either way, something could happen. Korea grabs the Great Firewall, so they will definitely be the first civ to hit the end of that tech tree. No one will be stealing off them anymore. They're just sort of in their own little isolated bubble from the rest of the world at this point. Although, yeah, it's just them and India. India's their friend, but then it's just them. So Babylon is at pretty much 0 health. Thebes pretty much at 0 health. Marrakesh just fine. Love that. Finland has a settler. We'll see if that heads off. I think England and Rome are in some weird war, which is why you're seeing occasional sort of damage bubbles pop up around the coasts of Europe. Japan and Burundi have peaced out. That's a very strange one, but there we go. That's the end of that. Burundi is not landlocked technically. You could come out here, but yeah, by tiles they are landlocked at this point, and most of those tiles are water, so there you go. A pretty interesting one for them. Okay, Congo should get Thebes here, which will eliminate Egypt and will give the Congo a very nice city at 30 population, one of, if not the joint biggest in the world. I think we looked before, it's just been a while since I recorded, but yeah, we should see that fall, and that will be a nice little boost to Congo's score, and will free them up to maybe go after someone else, which is always interesting. See, you just get the little dominoes falling. One war can lead to many, or a lot of denouncements, as I found out in the Let's Play yesterday. One denouncement and suddenly everyone in the world's denouncing you. That's how it works in this. It's just a big dog pile. But yeah, Rome is trying desperately. They are landing more units on the coast, and they do have some artillery here now, so this might be a turning point. But Morocco is still just putting up a great job here. I don't even know how, really. It doesn't make sense. I think these defense numbers are just so high that they're not really getting much done, but still, they are putting up, you know, even this turn Rabat recovers to full health. So a fantastic effort as Marrakesh this time comes under a bit of an attack. France, they have not settled. No, that settler's still heading northwards. This one's heading over. Germany has been pretty reluctant to settle anymore. They just got one city, which they were pretty happy with. It's come with a fair amount of territory at this point, and it's a good size now as well. And they have a little navy here. Don't know what that's up to. Something sneaky. We'll see. There's so many wars I want to see. I would love to do an AI game where I control them. I think, or not control them, but you know, I make people declare war on each other and stuff. But I think problem with doing that in some of these games is once there's this many units, it kind of doesn't like it. It can break. And there it is, Harappa getting the job done just before. Probably Congo might get it this turn if they've not been already, or next turn. But there it is, Babylon losing the city of Babylon to Harappa, which again could upset Ethiopia, could upset the Ottomans. We'll see how they respond to that, or it might just be preferential to them. You know, Babylon was kind of an enemy. Maybe they're not too worried about Harappa, but I think Ethiopia won't be too keen on that. It does look like Ethiopia's thinking about declaring war anyway. Anyway, Congo this turn should be the turn that eliminates Egypt as well. Which, the mini-map, it's so hard to distinguish between Nubia and Congo. They're just like one giant empire. Because it is the same background kind of colour, and it's just the secondary colour that's different. They just kind of merge into one, and especially up here where they both have cities. It's pretty messy. But yeah, this is now the main city in the world, I guess, under siege. I think Rome, maybe now there's two artillery here, they can start to look sort of, you know, do some damage to Rabat. And if one city falls, then yeah, you might see Morocco capitulate just a little bit, which is kind of not great, but could definitely happen. Portugal's also got artillery on their side of the coast from Spain, which can still probably hit those cities as well. So yeah, that might just start to make it a little tougher for Morocco. Still no air forces for those nations, but yeah, that citadel, that is a rough spot. If this war ever broke out, France v Rome, that would be hard to get at. Morocco and Mali, peace out. So that is the end of that, and Mali took nothing. So Morocco can now defend pretty much just any units that were in Fez can kind of come upwards. They still will have to defend here, but yeah, they can move northwards a little bit. And then what else have we got going on? Songhai. Oh, sorry, Congo did get Thebes, so that is Egypt out of this game, bar a couple of archaeologists that will wander the map for a while. But there it is, and there's the peace deal. So Egypt, I think they survived, but those archaeologists kind of died. There's a couple of units lurking around, but there we go. That's pretty much it for them. I don't think there's a comeback from that. And Gandhi is second. I'm going to say second. I'm going to assume Korea maybe has done it. And yeah, they have nuclear missiles. So wow. Korea is so far ahead in tech. They just haven't really flexed that advantage just yet to win the game. They might have their eyes on the culture victory that's turned on. I don't think that's particularly reasonable because there's like 30 civs on the map. But yeah, maybe they're just not as desperate. They're not bothered. But either way, India, I think the AI probably doesn't understand the concept that, you know, there's only so many turns before my PC can't run and their universe sort of dies. Whereas, you know, in their mind, they've probably got this huge advantage. They're fine. They can live forever. But either way, Harappa pieces out with Babylon. And yeah, India, I think, are definitely probably the second nation. I'm wondering, do you reckon there's a lot of research agreements? These two seem to be really friendly, so That would help, wouldn't it? Trading with each other and research agreements would probably help India do better in technology. I don't know if we can... You know what? We'll do it now. We'll look at social policies to end this episode, because that's always interesting, and we haven't done it. We won't look in depth, but, you know, rationalism could be the cause of this as well. Just that big science boost, and a lot of the AI don't tend to take it, so could be an interesting... Yeah, we'll have a look at that. We won't do it in depth. I'll just sort of show you which trees they picked, and then if you want to look at the numbers, you're free to pause, or, you know, if you want to go through it a bit slower on a lower speed. And there we go, Rabat. Yeah, I think this artillery is going to start to make the difference now as Rome start pounding Rabat. They should be able to get that, and this could be a sad ending for Morocco, who did so well for the last sort of couple of episodes to hold off. But yeah, Rome and Portugal could succeed here, and that would of course free them up to do other things, particularly Rome. I don't know if Portugal would plough straight into another war, but Rome certainly could, you know, just move all their units and go after someone else in the east. Let's have a look. Social policies. Where do I find this? I'll figure it out. Give me a second. It's in the diplomacy overview, isn't it? That's what am I doing? It is. Okay, right. Let's have a look. So Arabia, they went for honour, piety, and they've just started rationalism. But that's enough, right? I think you get the 10% science just for picking one of them. Egypt went honour, aesthetics, rationalism, and then autocracy. England, tradition, honour, aesthetics, autocracy. France went liberty, honour, aesthetics, autocracy. Germany went liberty, honour, and then autocracy. That was very... They just liked finishing a tree. Some of them have got some very sporadic picks. India, tradition, piety, aesthetics, and autocracy. So they didn't go rationalism, so they're just good at technology, I guess. Tradition, patronage, aesthetics, and autocracy for the Ottomans. Persia went liberty, piety, patronage. Rome, the liberty, honour, aesthetics, and autocracy. Russia went liberty, piety, patronage, and autocracy. Liberty, honour, and patronage for Siam. Patronage is like faith, isn't it? Right? I'll check in a second to remind everyone. You probably don't need reminding, but I probably do. It's pretty bad. I just usually pick the same ones every time. No one went exploration. I feel like that would have been pretty useful. Maybe Portugal or someone did later on. But tradition, honour, aesthetics, and commerce. That was the first commerce pick from Songhai. Mongolia went liberty, honour, and autocracy. Korea went tradition, liberty, rationalism, and is still going with order. And is apparently still at war with Siam. Babylon, tradition, piety, aesthetics, autocracy. Tradition, piety, and aesthetics for Byzantium. Tradition, honour, piety, and autocracy for Ethiopia. Morocco went tradition, honour, aesthetics, and freedom. Poland, tradition, honour, piety, aesthetics, and freedom. Lots there, of course, with Poland's unique ability helping them out. Portugal went liberty, honour, aesthetics, autocracy. No one. There's one for city-states. I hope that's not patronage. Yeah, because piety is religion, so patronage is city-states, and there's none on this map, so a lot of these civs wasted their time, but oh well. Liberty, honour, patronage, autocracy for the Zulu. Finland went tradition, patronage, aesthetics, and autocracy. Burundi went tradition, piety, and then aesthetics. Nubia, tradition, honour, piety, and freedom. Wallachia, liberty, honour, and piety. They have not picked an ideology yet. That's a bit sad for them. There's some other civs like that as well. Mali, tradition, piety, rationalism, and then autocracy. That's pretty good. Congo, honour, aesthetics, and then just 7 from order. Japan went liberty, honour, rationalism, and then just started autocracy. And Harappa, tradition, piety, aesthetics, rationalism, and autocracy. And another one with lots of choices being made compared to some who've only made a few. So that's quite interesting. And we'll do one more term for this episode. We've only done like 8 this episode. I know I just did that, which was probably 2 more, but it is slowing down. I will consider like when to do highlights. I know when it is. Well, not I know when it is, but you know, it's when it's like kind of boring. So we'll see if we get there, but hopefully we don't. Hopefully we get a new war soon. But obviously if Rome just sort of takes this and pieces out, then we will have no active wars. That'll be the kind of time where it's worth skipping forward a bit. Byzantium and France have called an end to their war, as have Germany and the Ottomans. That's all over. And yeah, Rome closing in on Rabat. So this could be a turning point, sadly, for Morocco, and Portugal may get some more assistance too. We'll see how they... That unit, look at that. There is a legion on the front line. This is the opposite of the Let's Play, where I can't get any iron to build a legion. This Rome can't get any oil to build an air force, but they have plenty of iron, obviously. But this could change. Morocco must have access to some oil. We can't see it because I haven't turned it on, which keeps it kind of exciting. I could do it, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's all fun, not kind of knowing. But either way, Morocco must do. They have some plains, so Rome and Portugal will soon have access to their own oil, right? Just depends who gets it, if they take, how they divide it up, which tile it's on. It's kind of exciting not to know. I'm sure we'll know eventually when they have a plane or two. It's not a game changer, is it? Like, 5 oil would be nice, but I mean, even France have way more than that. They have 14 planes. So that will be interesting. Ideology, Wallachia went with order, which was a big choice because autocracy is now the world religion as voted on, and they've just gone the other way. Fair enough. Joining Korea, of course, may not be the worst idea if you think about it. There's still so much. Yeah, the Ottoman Germany, like, that would have been cool. That's the sort of thing we want, but they're just too far apart, sadly. I mean, Wallachia, Poland would be really cool. And then obviously if Germany and the Ottomans got in, Finland, just something out of Eastern Europe would be kind of nice. And obviously that might just tempt Russia to do something as well. But it would be cool if we saw something there. Hopefully that's what we'll get in the next one. But that will be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. I've noticed we've got a lot of new viewers for the last couple of episodes, which is awesome. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying it. And if you are, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.